Here I am, Leon C., a.k.a. Orpheus. You are now listening to the Academy of Wow, man. And here today, as your professor, I have something to share with you. I want you to do me a very good favor right now. I'm going to ask you to do something for yours truly. Okay? I want you to be open-minded and let's pretend right now together that we are both single. Okay? Now, I know you might have your wife next to you and she might nudge you on the shoulders and I don't mean pretend like you can, you're single, you can do what you want to do because, you can't. But just pretend for a moment that you're not married, okay? That you are all by yourself, you live in your own house, your own apartment, something like that. The reason why I need you to do this is because I have to do it myself. I haven't always had my 3 companions, and I told you about, you've seen a lot of my escapades in Wildman lesson 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so forth. There's some up and downs. There's another audio that I made too during that time where it could lead to confusion, but we're going to do something right now because I'm going to give you some evidence about this idea of God or your idea of Jehovah. This is important because you need to look at this. Get away from your feelings for a moment, okay? Get away from what you think God is or your religion is and your programming. I'm going to show you something, okay? Now, those of you who are red pill, okay? Those of you who are MGTOW, you men who have gone monk, you men who know about Perchis O'Neill, if you listen to a little bit of our Fresh and Fit friends and you know much about Coach Greg Adams, okay? Or you may know about, let's see, who else is RP men? There's plenty of RP men. We need to talk about maybe Kevin Samuels if you want to. I can't say he's completely RP, but he does a lot of conversation about that. The reason is I need to show you what I mean by if you want to believe or stand on some type of idea that God, or you can say Allah, or you can say Jehovah is really who they say they are. Let's go back to the book of beginnings, what everybody knows about, especially in Christianity, about Adam and Eve for a moment, okay? Just be careful and think about this. See, we were told that Eve was made from Adam. Am I wrong or right? Have you been told a different story? This is universal, in common, okay? Now, we have also been told that, let's go further, God is love, God is kind, God is fair, God is justice, God, let's see, God even pays attention to the sparrows as the songs go, okay? In the future, I'm going to start talking about gospel songs too, okay? I'm going to show you some things. Just listen to what they sing about and notice that they put their own anthropomorphic human ideas in these songs just to sell you the song and to soften you up. It's no different than when you talking to a salesman about a car or a house. Nowadays, they're going to try to be honest because there's a lot of people who are aware of the situations, but they're still going to try to sell you a deal and make it sound pretty good. They're good salesmen and they may talk about their family and how their house is, what they purchase, and the scenario of trying to get you to be soft, to soften you up as a customer. However, Here's the reality, ladies and gentlemen. Just think about it for a moment. I put together a dialogue between what's going on with man and woman today, and you could say God, you could say the Creator. Okay. Now you say there's a different distinction. Some people get offended about this because you don't want this to be a connection. You don't want this to reflect on God. You say, well, it's our fault, and us as men, we should try, and we should try harder. And why are you complaining? And man up, right? You heard that before. Man up. Do what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be a man. Why are you talking about this? And, well, that's fine if you think that way. That's just your programming. Yeah, that used to be my programming. So I get it. I understand. But you have to know there's a connection always. If you hear somebody say the universe is connected in several ways, it is. There's a link between things that could be as far as several states away. And you just have to follow the trail. Either you follow the paper trail or you follow the scenario trail. Some of you who are familiar with video games, sometimes there's a video game where you discover something, like an open world. There may be a note or a letter or something that was broken, or a broke down car, or something like a deletion situation, and it will be tied to maybe your resident, maybe a corporation, maybe a sewage system or something, and you say, wow, I never knew. Okay, so you can't say that none of this is connected to God. You can't say that. You can't say that God has nothing to do with this when you're talking about the boss, as you all claim God to be in your religions. That is S. Okay. Now the story of Adam and Eve, dumb for dumb me's that think and believe in the dumb story. Okay. Is you're talking about a car that is made for wheels, and the wheels is made for car. That car specifically. You're talking about when you go to a designer that created, like GM, General Motors, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Honda, RAV4, Toyota. When they make a wheel, usually those wheels are made for that car specifically. You might be able to take that wheel off. Listen, I'm talking about Adam and Eve here. Women being made for men in the MGTOW and what happened in the feminist waves. Okay, listen. There may be some other cars that might be compatible for that wheel. Let's say the wheel is the Eve, the girl. But it's rare. It's a few. I've done that myself. You may take wheels off a Toyota. You can put it on some Nissans or maybe even some GM models. Now you might be able to put it on some Fords if you want to, or some Chevys, but it's rare. It might be one lineup of that car on one brand, okay? Or several brands, okay? But that doesn't mean it's designed for it. And here you go with this car, wheels, which is Eve again, who's able to sleep with multiple men, even though she's not compatible for them, but she's able to fit in their world. And of course, there goes your continual study of if it succeeds or if it fails. All right. But let's get back to the basics here, that wheel is made for that specific model. Question number one, how could it fail? Think about it for a second. How could a manufacturer make a part, or you could say make this Eve for Adam, which is deficient, which is planned obsolescent, which is a broken piece, or here it is once again. How can it not fit? Ladies and gentlemen, think about it. So you praise a God. Think about it for a second. Hold on to your breeches. Y'all are going to these churches. You listen to TV Jakes and all the rest of these evangelists and other people, and we could even go far as many cultures. many cultures. There's many cultures. There's many religions in this, where you think you believe in something, but you don't know in it. If you don't know in it, you have to believe in it. I told you that before. Lesson number 1. If you believe in it, it's because you don't know in it. You don't trust it. If you trust it and you know it, why do you need to believe? When I speak to people and I want them to succeed, I will tell them, I trust in you. I won't say I believe in you. I trust you. You got it. You got this. Now let's go ahead and go further here. Make sure that we're correct. All right. Getting this dialogue together here. I want to make sure that the speakers are operating correctly. Okay. So here we are. So you begin to wonder what the manufacturer was thinking by making these two parts incompatible, or you could say not compatible for each other, or as components, when you have this issue that you're dealing with, especially in the West, okay, where women want to go the complete opposite direction than the design of the so-called creator that you consider to be great. Now, here's the thing about what we talk about God as well. Y'all say this, that God knows all things. God is all-knowing. Or Jehovah has a plan. Jehovah sees things before it occur. Then you have nerve enough to drive down the highway and you'll see a poster or a billboard that wasted a couple of dollars on trying to convince you that God knew you before you was born. Then they have a picture of a baby. What such foolishness? You could have gave me that money. You wasted your money trying to advertise something that's completely ignorant, irrelevant, non-scientifically proven, and there's no evidence that God didn't know you before you was born. So y'all just a bunch of, let me stop. There's fans everywhere, but there are plenty of people who are missing some screws in their head as well, because we want to believe in, here you go, your word. You want to believe in something because you don't trust in yourself and your own facts of being a logical, open-minded human being. Let's continue. Just bear with me because you're going to get something out of this. If you jump off the boat right now and you start flipping, you get upset because I'm talking about your mythical unicorn ideas, okay? You're not ready to grow. You got to be willing to challenge what you think you know in order to confirm that what you know is true. Let me say it again. In a debate, you got to be willing to stand by what you think you know and measure that with the information in order to confirm what you think you know to be true. That's what tethers to becoming an adult. Did you understand what I was saying? Now, I came up with this theme with why I brought up the other RP content men who are talking about the identity of certain types of women that men encounter at least 90% of the time. Before I met my 3 companions, 90% of the women was filtered out as insignificant, subordinate, not worth my meat, not worth my investment, nor looking in their direction, and a lot of them looking for validation. Not only that, the way that they dress, they look for validation by the way that they dress. That's not how I met my girls. But however, those girls 90% of the time weren't what they were supposed to be. Now, chapter number 3 that we have here is really going to make you think, and it should. If it don't, turn about face, walk yourself out of my academy. I'll give you a pamphlet that says you are the sloth of the year. Look at the door that I have and outside of my academy. It says in big red letters, no sloths allowed. Okay, so that's a part of your family. Go find them. You're not allowed here. Okay? Because in chapter 3, it discusses this thing about the lion. You say, what do you mean the lion? What do you mean the lion story? Well, I've spoken about the lion a lot, and I consider the lion to be the alpha, and it's been in multiple audios, so I'm not taking this from no one. If other people have spoken about it, then they did so with their own twist of this lion, but I've spoken about it myself. Okay? We all have somewhat of a equal ground with each other. Let's say the lion is a man. Okay, think about it. The lion is a man. So we're in the forest or the jungle, and God comes down and creates Adam, which is the lion, creates Eve, which is supposed to be the lioness. Listen, hold on. She's supposed to be the lioness. She's supposed to be made for Adam and from Adam's rib. Right? Isn't that the story? Okay. I mean, isn't that obvious too when you donkey dunk with this girl and, you know, it should fit. If it don't fit, we're not going to talk about that type of unity in this audio. That's not my discussion, not my field. I just don't have the energy to talk about it, okay? But it should fit in the bedroom, okay? You click somewhere. You don't click, well, it's your problem. So, what is learned is that we have a society, we have a world, and we have a time. And it's been that way for a long time, so it's not the beginning, where women want men to chase them. Listen, they prefer men to approach. They prefer men to do 90% of the work, even though they're 90% worthless, typically, with a majority of them. I didn't say all, so don't get offended. But they want you to chase their leftovers. They want you to chase that they are insignificant in your world. They want you to chase them and show them how much you are as a man interested in them, but yet they feel and think that they don't need to do anything in return. Amazing. So what would happen if, women will approach, and we're going to talk about that maybe a different time. I don't want to talk about that in this one, but there is some women who will approach, but it depends on the type of guy you are. It depends on where you are. And it depends on, sometimes you got to be around them constantly in order for them to warm up to you, to approach you and say, hey, how you doing? You know, what's up? Or, you know, what kind of contacts do you have? You know, what's going to go between the both of you? But that is a very rare situation. It's an odd situation. It's different, and it's not common because of how women are raised by blue pill, bucktooth, four-eyed, uneducated, stupid, backwash type of soft noodle men to continue the false narrative, to continue the situation of misunderstanding, because these men, I understand, are only looking to protect their daughters, but they are harming their daughters in the end. Because you set your daughters up for failure to tell her that she should never approach, but men should always approach. Usually, 9 times out of 10, if a man is approaching you, there is going to be more than just the fact that, let's put it like this. He's not approaching you because he wants to approach your mind or because you're a nice girl. He don't know you like that. He don't know that this girl is class A ballerina. He just know that she's cute. She got a fat booty. She got big, cute eyes. Her hair might be a certain way, and she's attractive, which is the number one allure, which is the number one basic connection between man and woman. But we're not living in a time of quality anymore where people care about what's underneath the surface. So therefore, the men who she's going to be attracting 90% of the time are men who is typically going to look at her for the way she looks. So she's setting up for failure. Unlike her picking and choosing, if she goes and approaches, this man is caught off guard. They're still going to want a donkey dunk eventually, but this man is not approaching her for her looks. She's approaching him, catching him off guard, which will inevitably put her in advantage, because now she can't say that this guy just wants her for the way that she looks. She initiated the connection. She took power in her own hands. Okay? And therefore, she's allowing herself to have an advantage, not a disadvantage. So therefore, she won't be sitting around a table of girls trying to talk about, oh, these guys are all scrubs. They all want to approach me. What does this creep want? What does the stranger want today? God, I'll take his number, but I'm not going to call him back. I'm going to give him a fake number. Or, yeah, I'm going to give him you can have my Instagram. Yeah, you can have my Facebook, but that's all you're going to get. I'm going to put you in the friend zone. So you see what I mean? Do you understand? And in return, listen, there's going to be another audio that we're going to talk about this. Men put themselves in a disadvantage when they do that. So I discussed with men that you should never cold approach like that anyway. You know, she's going to find 99% excuses to discredit you and to push you away. Okay? Women look for the little bittiest things to deny men access to her or to turn them down. But if men stop doing that, then she has to take the initiative to do the approaching and to be a woman up and take responsibility, which is rare in this time of day where these girls call themselves boss babes. They can get the bag and they're special, but yet they don't take the initiative to act like a woman or an adult to get what she needs when it comes to the social dating arena. So that's why she ends up picking special type of men who other women like, men who seem to be at Drake's level, are famous, or got other women flocking around him because of her. Here it is for the majority. I didn't say all, because of the dysfunction that's going on within her own mind and body in her design. Okay? There's a default program that's broken in the back of her mind, which leads to, again, the issues that we're having modernly today. Because women don't really make wisest choices of the men that they mate and they date with. They don't choose the right men. And most times, again, you got to understand that pull comes from the fact that she's choosing usually from the men who approach her. Do you see what I mean by these fathers putting their daughters up for failure? Do you understand that if in the majority of, let's say 100% of the time, men are chasing her and she only may approach maybe 1% of the time, which is unique and rare, if this guy works around her or she sees him all the time or he's sitting right next to her at her desk every day. Of course, I mean, duh, yeah, you're going to build up some type of feeling for that person. That's childish, right? Like some kids. I mean, how special is that? I mean, you got to see this person every day. You're going to start liking him. Duh. That don't make you a boss babe. It don't mean that you're special and you're a superwoman because you approach that guy. I mean, who wouldn't? That's the same for any man or woman or space alien. If you sit there, you got to see their face every day. Either you're going to like them more or you're going to hate them more. You're not special because you approach this person. Approach a stranger at the grocery store or the library or somewhere else. You don't know this person from the sky and earth. Then we have something to talk about. If you go across, you get your funny little pimple butt up and you walk across the club to a guy that's not even looking at you, don't even think you exist, have no idea that you're getting ready to approach him, and you make your move, now you're talking about being an adult. Now we got something to work with it. Now Morpheus will shut his mouth. You got something to boast about now. But if you do that only once every 5 years, then hey, it's still pointless. It's good, it's great, but men approach women every day. And they get rejected every day. And they deal with it because men grow up. Men put up their boy draws. You know, they pull their shaft out and they make it happen. Unlike you all, which think that you're special. Oh, I'm not going to approach anybody because I'm too good for that. Well, okay, all right, you're going to keep on getting approached by 80% of them going to be F-boys. 10% of them want to get to know you, but you're going to deny them because they're too weird to you because they're not Drake. So you find yourself single and alone. You'll make your money. You'll dive more into your college and your studies. And you'll be sleeping next to your dog instead, since you want to be a fool. Anyhow, getting back to the lesson here. See why I didn't want to talk about it? it just keeps going on and on and on and on. So I'm gonna leave it right there. There's more to talk about it, but we're gonna leave it right there. So if this man decides to stop approaching the woman, if the lion quits, if he decides, you know what, I'm the prize, I'm not going to approach her no more. I quit being denied by her. I'm tired of being rejected for no reason. I'm tired of being rejected because my shoestrings are crooked. I'm tired of being rejected because my shirt isn't name brand. I'm tired of being rejected because I don't look like anybody who's famous or got clout. I'm tired of being rejected because I'm not brown skinned. I'm not white. I don't look like I'm packing or whatever. I'm tired. You know what? If she wants it, she needs to come and get it now. Okay, now remember, listen. This is Eve we're talking about. Listen. If it's 80% of the time, or even 70, more than 50, if it was 50-50, ladies and gentlemen, the world would be a different place. Do you understand that the destructions and the violence that we're having, sometimes it's because there's frustrated men and frustrated women? Do you know sometimes, and it's not for all of them, psychologically, trust me, I've been there. I told you, I worked around doctors and people. A lot of women who decide to be with other women, sometimes it's because they're bad decisions. They choose the wrong type of guy. This guy abuses her, and or she has fear of men. So the only safe place she thinks to go is her own kind, her own phylum, her own gender, which is another girl, and that other girl almost looks like a dude, a butch, or a stud. She goes to the stud instead of going to the actual man. You know, she'll dress like a dude, her hat's cocked to the side like a dude. She'll walk around with her pants around her waist like a dude. You know, she'll keep her hand down there like she got something dangling like a dude when there's nothing down there. I mean, she don't carry a strap on everywhere she go underneath her pants. No, there's nothing there. So she'll play the part as a dude because she's fulfilling a quota from this girl who can't fulfill her own quota. Oh, what did he say? Oh, somebody missed it. So a lot of times psychologically it's because she's been abused. The girl's been hurt. And she has a fear of men. So she feels, remember, women always go for what's secure, what's emotionally safe. Secure and what's emotionally safe. Secure and what's emotionally safe. So she would think being with another girl is secure and emotionally safe. And fulfill those type of manly desires, even though it's a twisted form of it. I have no oddity against it. I'm not saying I don't, I'm not what do you call that, a hater. I'm just stating an obvious fact. I didn't say I did not like. I didn't scrutinize. I didn't judge you for, if that's what you want to do, have fun. I'm just telling you why the majority of them do it. You see that? So you can point your finger at me all you want to. It's recorded here and now. Come at me all you want to. I got the raw copies of what I just said. Be a fool on your own time. I said I'm not against it. It's your choice. But I'm telling you why they do it. It's because they failed themselves at being able to take the initiative of choosing the right mate. Because every man isn't abusive. Every man isn't going to harm her. There's some men out there who can treat her correctly and appreciate her. But the problem is she's the one making bad decisions from dealing with men who are the ones taking the initiative. She don't realize that when men are approaching her, they only want one thing. But so instead of taking the responsibility in her own hand, instead of being a woman and making her choices of men that she is going to select herself, she'd rather sit there like a gazelle and let the lions chase her. So she doesn't become a lion, she becomes the prey. So because she's a prey, she lives a life of constant fear. So who's the fool that put themselves in that situation when you call yourself, I am a go-getter? No, you're not. You're the one who's getting gotten. So therefore, there she go laying up next to another female. Your choice, your body, but guess what? The world's not stupid. Okay? Us as doctors, we know full well that there's a wiring somewhere in your head that caused you to do this. Okay, and most likely it's because we ourselves, we are our own faults. We are our own failures, and we are the reasons why we are in the conditions that we're in, typically 100% of the time. Okay, put that in your diary. So what happens is this man, this Eve, this lion, Adam, which is the lion, starves. Ladies and gentlemen, listen, he starves. Wait. What does God have to do with this? Listen, Eve is made for Adam, right? Didn't the story go where, listen, didn't the story state that God saw that Adam was alone, then he decided to make Eve? Sit back for a minute. Think. So God saw that the man was without Eve in a club, in a store, in the shopping center, maybe at college or something like that. I know what goes on at college. So they're wild or crazy there. So they do the most. We don't talk about them. They're just, let me stop. A Seward. I avoided all that mess. Anyhow, so God saw that this man was lonely and he made Eve for him. But yet, Adam has to get up and hunt Eve. Find Eve. Wait a minute. Wait. This sounds like a game of hide and go seek. So God's going to make wheels for a car. You get a car. Go to a manufacturer and you buy a car. What do you see? Is the wheels on the car? Is it there? Is it there, ladies and gentlemen? Is the windows intact? Do you go to a Chevy dealership and you got to go get the parts for the car? Tell me how stupid that is. You know full well they'll never make it sell. You would not even. I hate to say this, but I got some of you Christians and you people. You people you don't belong here on earth. Please get on your spacecraft. Please get on your spacecraft and get the hell off of earth, because your mind. And what really bothers me, y'all been doing this for years, decades, and you don't get it. Why would he, as a man, being made from God, who is supposed to be of love, and who made Eve for Adam, need to break his back, be denied 99% of the time from 99% of the females who are 99% of the time already in a relationship? Pause. Use your brain. Already probably have a child somewhere. Already got plucked, marked, and got etched by some other dude by the time you met her. Pause. That you got to pay full price for after you approach her and probably say, hey, will you marry me if you go down that dumb track and path? And then you still sit here and say, I love God. So it's made for you. Let's go again. Y'all didn't catch it. Let's do this again. Okay? I'm gonna go to a Jaguar dealership. No, let me go somewhere. It's BMW. Okay? I want the BMW X7 or X6. X6 was pretty good. And I walk up to the manufacturer. Who's God for a moment? He's God. Like, okay, Adam, I made this for you, Adam. This is yours. I noticed that you need a pair of wheels, right? You need car. You need something to go places at you. Earth is big. You need to explore the earth. I noticed that you need this support system. But you know what I'm going to do? You go ahead and purchase this at whatever price that they sell it at, maybe $109,000. I think the X6 is a variation. $106,000. You go ahead and pay full price for this, okay? So I put my credit card in there and, swipe, boom, I'm buying it. This, you can lease it or whatnot. This is, keep it simple here. Of course, I know, you can lease it, get on the program and pay it month to month, build up your credit, whatever else, right? But I'm just saying, I buy it full price. And he gets the key. He got I'm getting congratulations. I'm getting brochures of this car, right? And he's, everybody's in the office giving me candy, little special bags, wash rags. I'm feeling good. Like, oh man, I got my X7. Woo! I can't wait. Man, I'm going to go and show off. This is the leather. I mean, it's smelling good on the inside too. Give me BMW key ring. Oh man, a hat. I'm like, oh, I'm in it now. When I get done with this car, I'm going to keep this. I'm going to come right back to you guys and buy something else. I'm feeling great. Think, ladies and gentlemen, I'm feeling good now. I'm in it. And then they all clap their hands and all the special rituals to make you feel good as a customer. I mean, it'll make you feel good. Like, hey, I got all this stuff. Got a little pamphlet. Congratulations for the purchase of your BMW X7. Thanks for your services. And if you need us, here's the contact number, 1-800 number, 800 number, number. And here we are, who served you, clerk so-and-so, so-and-so. Then you hit the bell on the desk, bling. And they too standing at the door like they're guards with their hands crossed while you outside. They already parked the BMW up there in front of the parking, in the sidewalk in front of you. The guy who parked it up there, he opened up the door for you. So you can get in yourself. You're like, oh man, this is woo. You can smell the fresh sitting on the inside. Brand new. Yes. Thank the Lord. And you feeling blessed now, right? Now you can get around. Now you got a support system. Now this man has a possibility that his life just may be a little easier because he may not need to do everything all by himself, according to the Adam and Eve story. Pause. Then all of a sudden, listen, ladies and gentlemen, check it out. Listen. Check this out. The guy who was standing at the door closed the door. Boom. You feel like, whoa, wait a minute. He said, we didn't tell you this, but, and then the other guy the representative, the sales rep, came outside the door. Yeah, Mr. So-and-so, you're going to have to come back and get this maybe 12 years from now. The price is already on it. You paid full price for it, but 12 years from now, you can come and get it, but because other people need to drive this first. After they drive it, they're going to drive around town, and I think they're going to run up the tachometer and the mileage on it to about 160,000 miles, and on this such and such date, August of 1st, 20 something, you can get it. So there you go. Congratulations, and just come back up here and you can pick this up and it'll be yours. But keep the pamphlets though. Keep the Instagram pictures. Oh shoot. Oh somebody keep the number, keep her Facebook page. Keep the idea. I want you to keep these other pamphlets that are actually prawn pictures that you see online of these girls. Just keep those. Hold on to those for a while. And hope and dream, hope and dream, hope and dream. Keep hoping and dreaming. I want you to keep on hoping and dreaming. And, it'll be here, like I said, in 12 years. And it's yours. Have a nice day. Goodbye. End of transaction. Nothing you can do about it. Guy gets back in the BMW, drives around the corner because you didn't get the keys, so you can't do anything about it. Your $106,000 is gone. They already have it. You got to wait. You got to wait until that day. What is it that you have a society today which once upon a time it was important to make sure that this woman or this companionship that's going to occur is a good companionship where he's getting the good deal, where he doesn't have to wait after she's driven around to about 300 or more miles. Where happened to the society where men really did know or feel or think as if God really concerned itself with him to where he don't have to become a lion to hunt her down? Why are you hunting? Christmas Day, when somebody buys you a gift and there's Christmas gifts under the tree, what point would it be? This isn't Easter, ladies and gentlemen. What point would it be that they hide the gifts somewhere? Oh, I did get you a bicycle, son. Find it. You're like, wait, what? Yeah, find it. You don't know where the hell this thing is. Excuse me? Yeah, I got you a gift card, but you're going to have to find it. Hunt it down. Figure out how to get it. And when you do, you're going to have to pay it. Oh, shoot, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, because you want to, oh my God. Listen carefully. We're still talking about God here. Y'all don't catch it. You're not going to get it. Because you still, it depends on what you choose. No, 80 to 90% of them in the West, you better go the opposite direction because they're going to clap you eventually and they have a boyfriend. Yes. They're not coming from a fresh home where they're 18, 19 years old and they're still a virgin. No, they're not. No. They're not. They're on Instagram before they're even 18 years old with 50 to 150 pictures. You know what? Go back to Jupiter with your stupidity. Jupiter, because you're stupider. Then when you get her, everybody has her pictures too. Oh, your girlfriend's cute. I like her. Oh, I see her panty lines over here. She's 21 years old. She's already stripping down. You don't know anything about it because you're still waiting for this BMW. You're still waiting 12 years in. Yeah, you're still waiting, dummy. You're still waiting. Then these men have to better themselves. Wait a minute. Wait. Oh, shoot. Y'all didn't catch it. So God made Eve for Adam, but yet you got to better yourself in order to be with that Eve. Which is, I understand, you got to prepare yourself to understand what you got. I get it. But while you're doing that, guess what? Useless, useless, useless jump. Useless, useless, useless jump. Over and over again. And you look back at all the ones that were trying to get at you, trash. Then you start looking as you get prepared. Say, okay, God, I'm ready for Eve now. I got my money. I got my Jaguar. I can provide. I can do this. But yet, you still got to what? Ladies and gentlemen, you still got to what? You got to, and now, here's the thing. In the modern day, chapter number 4, now you got to put yourself online so she can pick you that way, the unnatural way. Not face to face anymore, on your computer God. The God is your computer now, today, ladies and gentlemen. On your computer God, your Instagram connections, your sugar sites. Yeah. That's where you go now. You pick people up like you go to the grocery store. Y'all so idiots. Y'all said it. And you want to call it, oh, God, bless me with a husband. Where you find him at? Oh, I went on the computer. And you say, oh, well, God made the computer. God inspired mankind to make a computer so I could pick a man from there. If I had my soundboard, you would get the disappointing sound. Is that what you reduce God to? Listen. So y'all have reduced God, if God existed, to the point where it is a marketplace. And you're sitting here talking about you're a Christian and you're spiritual. I told you, pack your funny, strange bag. Take all your shoes, your dumb thinking, and your false way of existing. Get on your space saucer. Fly your stinky ass off of Earth, because we don't need you and your thinking. You got a problem. Y'all so happy being ignorant. This is what you reduce yourself to. and then you still believe in God at the same time. Because if you ever wanted to see the true face of an existent God, why do you need a computer to do so? Why isn't it natural, as if God has been a computer this whole time, where you gotta, I gotta find girls online. That's the only way to do it. Let me put my profile up there so everybody can evaluate me like I am a product, because you product yourself. Pause. Pause, pause, pause. Pause. Chapter number 5. Getting to a closure here. What happens when this guy, let's say I wait for my BMW X6. I have the posters and the pictures on the wall. I still got the key ring. I don't have the key. Okay? All these girls posting up Instagram, Facebook, social media, Snapchat, all this gonna create TikTok. Right? And I'm like, dang, I want that type of girl. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, red bone here. Ooh, Indian. Oh, yes, yes. White girl, yes. That's it. You're a white girl. Yes, just yes. What kind of white girl do you like? Yes. Oh my God, my ribs hurt on this one. Oh man, it means something. So you like her blonde, brunette, short hair, long hair. What kind of white girl you like? Yes. Latina? Yes. Oh man, I'm having fun with this one. Oh man. Woo, that's oh man. Woo. My companions gonna be upset, but I ain't gonna tell you what they are. They know what I like anyway. I'll tell you what they are. It wasn't from here, that's for sure. Oh man. Let's get back to this. That's funny. So you like Latinas? Yes. Yeah, from where? Just like, yeah, yes. So anyhow. Oh. So the day comes and the BMW is available. He calls me up. Ring, ring. Hey, oh, who's this? Oh, this is the BMW dealership. Is this Beyonce Morpheus? Yes. Oh, Mr. Morpheus, I have your BMW parked up here. It's been a long time coming, but you can come pick it up, and it's ready for you. Oh man, okay. The excitement is not so much there now because it's been a long time. There's been a variety before that time. So I get up there and I see it. Oh, well, the shine is not there. Oh, okay. Looking at it. He said, yeah, we did a AA check on this and it's been certified and it's drivable. It's good for you. We checked all the bolts and stuff. So, hey, go ahead. You got the mileage on it, like we said. A little oil up here in the engine area. It's been known to have these sort of issues with it from the manufacturer. Your God, that is. God didn't really quite know what it was thinking when put the battery over here. But, if you need us, we got a mechanic shop. We bring her up here, and we do a little surgery, some pharmaceuticals, and maybe some pills, and there's always a car wash. Have a nice day, Mr. Morpheus. Good luck. Do you know what's going to happen afterwards with this person, this girl? Maintenance. Not only did I pay full price as a protector, not only did I do the work to make myself a valuable man, not only did I do what I was supposed to do in life, there's a problem psychologically with this person after a certain while because they've been driven all over town. There's a thing called compatibility. There's a thing called she's been marked by other drivers, other men, other situations where I don't even feel like I am the owner, the only driver. It's just my turn. Holy crap. It's just my turn as the driver. And after a certain point where there's mechanical issues and BMW has to come out, the therapist, the marriage counselor have to come out every now and then to try to fix the situation, it becomes a lemon situation because the other drivers that have come before me did not fix the situation themselves. They didn't change the oil like they should have. Plastic parts start cracking and the ceiling and the inside of it start falling down, the material, and need a little alignment, shaking a little bit. Brakes haven't been changed yet. You know what's going to be going on in the back of my mind? I might need to trade this thing. I might need to just go ahead and just resell it. I lost a lot of money and time. My meat is gone. And my interest is gone too. It's gone. And that's where you come up with your breakups, your divorce, your fights, your domestic disputes, and somebody wants to kick somebody out of the house, and I can't find a good man. I can't find a good woman. But we can still say I can't find a good man because guess what? She's been driven. So she's been out there. So of course she's going to have a high expectation, or she has a lifestyle already. She's a smoker, drinker. She got tattoos around her body. She got nose earrings. Her hair's colored. And she might be 150 additional pounds. Oops. 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 What a transformation. Now let's look at God for a minute. Somebody who's so great and perfect as you say it is. Do you realize that a lot of men do not have power over this sort of thing because women have the power and access to their body? It's their body, it's their choice. They can do whatever they want to do. They so liberated. Yeah, I can do the thing because I'm a female and I'm hot to try. Right? Men just sit back and like, well, I just won't choose you. I'll play with you. I'll drive you around. I'll lease you, but I won't own you. Since you want to play that, you'll be leased. And I'll play the game right along with you and leash you and drop you and leash you and drop you. I'll lease you, but I'm going to drop you because you want to be that way. You can't be owned because if I own you, there's going to be maintenance, 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 maintenance. Imagine that. That's an express rental car service there. Against your own will. It just exists. So, in a society where it's vital that Adam have Eve, it's vital that man and woman come together. It's vital that God's so-called program isn't failing. Why is this happening at 80% of the time, ladies and gentlemen? Question number one, is your God a failure 80% of the time? Now I know what you're going to say. I already heard you. Well, we have free will. This have nothing to do with God. What are you talking about, Morpheus? It's something that we did because we're adults. Oh, it's easy to... First of all, please, before I start. The Black Stallion is asleep right now, as you notice. Don't wake him up. Don't do me like that. Shut your mouth and listen before I kick the Black Stallion and purposely make him wake up. Just to roast your narrow behind. We do the most when it comes to getting rid of responsibility and accountability. Why do you think the West is the way that it is? Because you don't hold your leaders accountable. You don't hold bosses accountable. You don't hold the creators accountable. If you know that you are a fragile human being, yes, you have free will. Yes, you have choice. Yes, we make mistakes. But when things really start hitting the fan like it is now in the country, when there is truly a problem between male and female, you need to go to the boss because there's something wrong with the programming. If you make a computer as a perfect God, why would you make this computer easy to be hacked, to be reprogrammed or modified if you are supposed to be God? Now, oh, y'all didn't catch that. If you have a program as a God, a Jehovah, an Allah, and somebody is able to decrypt, to reprogram, to modify your program, what the hell kind of God are you? You are weak. You're making planned obsolescence. And let's go further. You knew it was hackable. Oh, shoot. Somebody pass me a GD beer. That's goddamn beer. Y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand your own foolish thinking. You create a world. You create a society. You create human beings, the earth, the heaven, whatever y'all believe in, because y'all believe you don't know. You wasn't there. You only lived to be 80 years. Funny looking. You wasn't there. Oh, we got scrolls inscribed. I went to Alexander created a library. Who are you talking to? I went to the Jesuits told me this. And shut up. You don't want to shut up? Leave. You can't get around the fact that if you are the boss and you created your organization, if you created this organization, you made this building, you secured this building, and you get a breach, is it the one who breached your kingdom or your building and your corporation that's the problem? You are the problem because you didn't secure it. You have the power. Now, this isn't typically a human essence of things. We're talking about a God here. You're not a God. We're talking about somebody who knew you before you was born, bozo. You're talking about somebody who knew the future. Oh, so you understood. Oh, shoot, here we go. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is. You ready for the Shangri-La? You knew that in the 2020s that there was going to be a separation between Adam and Eve. You knew that men were going to struggle to find him a quality woman and a wife that he can either marry or have children. You knew the country was going to deal with its destruction. You knew the millions were going to lose their lives to many of circumstances, but didn't do a daggone thing. Yet you funny, strange, pimple face, ground dwelling, sewer living, mindless, spineless, purposeless individuals still think that you are being covered, protected, loved, and honored by something that have allowed billions upon trillions of people to lose their life and are be dysfunctional and are not find the Eve that they need and are endure the destruction that you are seeing every day. No wonder the world is the way that it is, because on that part, it has nothing to do with God. It's you and your standards. Because if I was in an organization and there was a breach and you are the boss and the owner and you had the security propositions and paperwork and blueprint, I'm going to blame you. I'm coming to you. The hell with everybody else. You're going to be the one that's going to be tacked down for this. It's you. The letters is coming to you. Do you understand that even in the country that the westernized world is living in, like America, that when things go down the pipeline from the government system and there's protocols, paperwork that's being done, do you understand that most people hold the leaders accountable or the president accountable? Do you understand that they talk to the president about what the president is doing wrong or what he needs to be focusing on? Do you understand people talk about this? Do you know that if there was a mandate of some sort that's coming down the pipeline and there's a destruction or an issue or a problem with the people that is dysfunctional, don't you know that they will hold the president accountable? Or whoever made the mandate and, the councils and the rest of them, right? Why is it different when it comes to you and your God? Let me ask you a question. Are you that stupid? Oh, that's right. You're afraid because you heard that. You heard these pastors, oh, you can't question God. You can't question God. Just listen and be obedient. Oh, so you are a lion. And you are told to actually sit there and let life pass you by and you just disappear as a pile of bones. You can hunt all you want to, men. We've done it for the beginning of the time. Have fun with it. You listen, let me tell you something for a minute. Let me tell you something. 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 Okay? Once upon a time when you hunted, the forest was full of healthy gazelles, zebras, doe, deer. I mean, it's plenty. Where if you hunt, it's just a certain footsteps away. Ha! Gone. Right? You eating. Drag the food back to your group. Let's feast. I'm not talking about a gang thing. Get your mind out the gutter. Okay. Stop it. Stop it. Get some help. Talking about you having a companion and a wife. Stop that. Now it's no longer there because the goalposts keep moving. So now you got to get stronger. You got to learn how to hunt better. And what it's like now is you got to struggle to get what's supposed to be made for you. Pause. Pause, ladies and gentlemen. Pause, 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 pause. Think. Think. You have to struggle now to get what you need or want. I can understand if it's a desire. That may not be what you need, but what you need. See, I'm not considering women to be insignificant. That should be a compliment to say we need you. Yeah, you got some, yeah. I'm not going to say you're needless. No, hell no. Why do you think I got my 3 companions? They're needed. I'm a busy man, businessman. I need that support. They bring value in my life. They didn't, I'd be like, hey, goodbye. Goodbye. You see how I'm not talking about myself in situations where I'm concerning myself with other men? Because I've been there. You understand that? I could be selfish real easy. Oh, I don't care. No, I was able to give. No. Because we're in here together. And there's facts with this. Because this is unending. Because it's not. Listen, I got friends and people. You need to know these things. The goalposts keep moving. Why is the goalpost moving if it was made for you? Wait. Listen. You are the designer of the system. You are the designer of the system. Somebody comes and they decrypt your, debunk it. They destroy your system. They hack it, whatever else. You are at fault. Why do you make it better? Now, today, the goalposts have moved. Oh, so you mean to tell me that God does change after all? Oh, holy shoo. Wow. Oh, and the church tell you, God was yesterday, today, and forever. Really? God's not going to change his programs for you. Really? So God's not going to perfect its program then? Oh, y'all not hearing me. Y'all not hearing. Y'all not hearing. No, you deaf. Y'all deafish. Nah, y'all stupid. Nah, no. Nah, y'all don't. Forget it. I'm going to let it go. Y'all not hearing me. You're not understanding what I'm saying. Y'all kindergartners around here. Yeah, no, forget it. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and just let y'all have it. I'm tired of talking to stupid. It's y'all don't get it. Y'all don't understand. You don't understand. Darth Vader is also let me stop. You don't understand that they're one and the same. God and the devil, they're separated. No, they're the same. You have the ownership of a dog, which kills people. Do you understand? Or can destroy people. You're supposed to be the owner. Do you understand when you let that dog loose to go bite people? The judge is going to come and bite you and put you underneath a prison. What makes you think all of a sudden, because you have a so-called deity called God, whatever you name that space creature that you will never see and you never saw, that you won't hold it accountable when the dog comes and bites you and whom you call the devil? They're one and the same. So when your dog go and eats somebody, you did it yourself. You would have been better off going over there and eating them yourself, because the judge is going to treat you the same way. No excuses. You are the owner. You own this mutt. Your mutt's going to be put down, and probably you, in several different ways, as you deserve. So now all of a sudden, because the world's going in chaos, oh, God's going to come and save us. There's going to be a rapture. It's the end of the world. Oh, really? Guess who sat back and allowed it to be the way that it is today, bozo? You're so uneducated and ignorant of responsibility. No wonder everything is going downhill like Atlanta. Because you don't hold anything responsible. So you want to sit there and keep sliding on stupidity, slide down the hill into self-elimination. Because that's what you all are doing. Go ahead. Your problem is you always need something to believe in. You always need a sky daddy to help you. You always need somebody to guide you in the right direction. Nobody's going to come and save you. Save yourself. The point of the matter is, you people need to save yourself. Stop hitting your own knees talking about, God's gonna, it's not God's fault. It's just the way that it is. I have to suffer and the goalposts keep moving. And no. You know what? Do it yourself or perish. I'm not going to tell you no. This is the best way I can tell you. Do it yourself or perish. You don't have an option. Stop waiting for God to do something for you, because God's not going to do it for you, nor does God exist to do it for you. You exist. Do it for yourself. Unfortunately, the goalposts keep moving. Unfortunately, men has to hunt. Otherwise, they're going to starve to death. Unfortunately, we're at a time where the whole society don't care about making planned obsolescent vehicles. I'm not saying vehicles as the cars themselves. I'm talking about relationships. The women that are created when they're little girls grow up to become something that's uncompatible, that you can't even be with until she's 40, because only age, and she's wore out and she got the message too late. By then, there's another batch of 20-year-olds ready to go. So she's done. Her chapter's finished. Time to start a new one. Whose fault is that? Oh, because my father loved me so much. My mother said for me to go to get my career and my bag, so I'm going to be the best thing that can offer men. All the men going to be looking at you like, please. Woman, I don't want your PhD. I wanted your time. I wanted your femininity. I wanted your youth. I wanted your healthy virgin possibility. But no. You're giving me a ran down, overpriced, high mileage vehicle that I got to pay full price for. No, ma'am. No. God didn't do it right, because God didn't do it. And if it was a God, it's a God that I can care less about. It's a failure. Okay? It was a weak designer and a weak creator, apparently, the way that the world is today. So I'm going to have to do it my own self. My whole task as Morpheus, again, is to break you away from your delusion. And most of the biggest illusions that we think we have, but that we do have, is thinking that there's somebody looking over us. Which is only probably your Uncle Sam's around your country and your states. That's it. And you and what you choose to accept. Believe is accepting. Did you hear what I just said? Never mind. It flowed through your ears. Y'all missed it. Believing is accepting. So you're accepting, not knowing. What I tell you in the beginning. Oh, I believe. Oh, you believe? That means you just accept, but you don't know it. Okay. But you accept it, so automatically that means you should trust it because you accept it, right? Let's be frank with this. So, if things go bad because you believe, that's because you was ignorant. Oh. You don't believe I'm talking to you. You know I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. You know it. You know it. You don't have to, I believe Morpheus is talking to me. No, you know I am. You don't walk up to somebody, I believe he's talking to me. And I'll be like, dude, he is talking to you. Is this some type of hologram or some type of, are you asleep? Man, I tell you, over the decades of human existence, y'all just gotten worse. We should have stayed back in the old days, horse and buggy, and just stayed there. Because the way y'all think today is like, y'all went too far. Y'all went too far. Y'all did the most, because you're supposed to be smarter. It seems like we're more complicatedly stupid. Simple is always the best. Horse, buggy, wooden house, simple stuff, walk around, eat, go to the farm, till the weeds and stuff like that, go back in and chill with your boots up on the table. All this you got today and you still stupid? I'm amazed. So, here's the chapter 7 and the end of this one before I make another one. It's this, ladies and gentlemen. What you're seeing is, when you really break it down, is the act of an ignorant God. That's number one. If God exists and you believe, it's the act of an ignorant God. Okay? But yet you call it love. Love isn't ignorant. Love will act. Love will be there immediately. Let you get hurt, whether you are male or female. Let me catch somebody putting their hands on you. I'm not going to hesitate to make sure that their hands stay right there. It's going to be laminated, and a sign's going to be underneath it stating, you don't do this. That's love, ladies and gentlemen. I won't need to hesitate. If I see you in trouble, they're going to be lifted up off the ground. Why is this? It's love. How can I tell you I care about you and I'm sitting across the street watching you get mauled and struggle and suffer and not try to interfere to help? I'm not talking about white knight beta and saving people and all that crazy. No. I'm just saying basic. This is a basic example of what I mean by love and concern about the next person. Why would I wait for you to be on a stretcher? Why would I wait for you to be practically knocked out? Then I'll run over there after evil have left and say, hey, I'm gonna help you, and I'm gonna help you now. What's the point? That's your world today. That's your society. That's your dating situation. Y'all have already went too far. Now you're still waiting for this hero, so-called hero, from across the street to come and save you. They're not going to. They're not. That's not love. It's a tyrant. It's evil. It's even more of a tyrant. You say, well, I just got to do what God says do. Really? Do what God say do, but it still ain't going to save you. The world's still going downhill. Have you noticed? Or are you just selfish? Yeah, you selfish. You too worry about yourself.
You know how people are, they don't want to donate, they don't want to help the next person. People are struggling. You're only worried about your own castle. I practice what I preach, baby boy, baby girl. I got my companions, but I'm still fighting for men. I'm still on the battlefield. So what? I got stuff going on. I'm concerned about you. I'm doing my part. So I'm practicing what I preach. But you know, there is millions of people, if they're in my position or other positions, and they're just well off, right? You know what they're gonna do? I don't care. I'm good. Why should I care? It's none of my business. Heartless bastard. Let that be you. Let it be you. Let it be you. In the dunes. Let it be you stranded. Here's a scenario here, because it feels like this when you are in the dark days of your life. Let you be stranded underneath a car which have turned over in a puddle of water, and you're trapped in your seatbelt. And you're so tired, you are exhausted, where you know you want to rest your head. There's no emergency crew nowhere. Nobody knows where you are at, and you are listen. All you need to do is rest your head, and you no longer exist, because your head's gonna be in the puddle of water. Let you sit in that situation. You will want somebody to come around with a flashlight and say, "Oh my God, what's this? 911. I see, but the car's turned over. Let me check. See if they're responding." The person behind the phones, but yeah, check their pulse and sign their. Keep their head up. Keep talking to them. Keep them awake. Keep them awake. When you're in the hospital on your bed, and you remember that person that came to save you, you let me know what your reaction is going to be. What if that person said, "I don't have to help you. Yeah, I'm fine. My car is on the road. It's not tipped over. Yeah, they're drowning, but I'm going to keep it moving instead." They are the devil incarnate. And you know full well, if you see this person walking past you and they saw your conditions, your perception of existence will change immediately. And if you should survive, you're going to be a very dark person. At least I would be. So the impact of this lesson today, ladies and gentlemen, is to get around this heartless, ignorant, unconcerned, and false creator of your so-called existence, and do it yourself. Or, hey, you know what? Perish. You don't have to take my words for it. Look at the way the world is now. What's going on? What's happening today? What's happening in Philadelphia? Oh, amazing. Oh my goodness. If the officials and the leaders turn their back on you, they don't want to do nothing else for you, what are you going to have to do? Aren't you going to have to defend yourself? Duh. I mean, really? If you were being gamed by a mob of people and officers will not come and save you, they're in the smoke shop smoking a blunt and drinking on a glass of wine, which they actually deserve to do nowadays, as much work as they do. They deserve it to sit down and, hey, I'm tired. The way how much of a bozo we are, because we don't appreciate them anyway. You know, you're going to have to defend yourself. It's time for you to use your skills if you got any. Time for you to fight for your life. Time for you to start swinging, kicking, flipping, whatever you got in your pocket. You better use it. If you got to use your keys, use it. If you don't, perish. You ain't got an option. We don't have an option today as a human race. You don't have an option. We too busy looking up in the sky. Oh, the rapture's going to happen. It must be the end of days. Oh my goodness. There's floods. There's people talking about the vax system. They're trying to put computer chips in us, and what's going on? Because there's nobody there to save you, ignorant. You're going to have to push back. Save yourself or perish. You don't have a choice. Get up and eat or starve to damn death. Y'all too busy thinking and believing in the pastors. And the word said, the Bible said this, the Quran has got to be true. Yeah, And you know what y'all do? You go to your mosque, you go to your cathedral center, you go to your churches, you'll sit your butt down while the whole world goes up in flame. And you call yourself a representative of the ultimate love called God. How can you watch the world go up in flames and you're sitting there, well, I'm fine. I'm not talking about being a superhero. I'm talking about being an example. And once you realize it's something that you got to do, you'll start pulling your hands away from your sky daddy. Say, oh, you don't want to do it? I'll do it, daddy. I got it. Have you ever had a kid before where the father's in the kitchen and they know they're getting ready to go to an event or something like that, and the kid knows where the keys are? Once the kid gets a certain age, they'll go grab the key themselves and unlock the door and say, come on, Dad, we going. Or the father or mother will walk out of the door. The kid will lock the door. That's when you know you start growing up. Yes, the parent could do something about it, but they didn't do it. Oh, you take the trash out today. Yeah, I take the trash out. It's in the trash can, feeling like you did something. But y'all funny looking, strange earth creatures. You don't get the drift yet. Still on your knees, praying to something that ain't going to get on their knees to pray for you. Oh, God. Oh. 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 I had a pastor once told me this. I told you this before. I'm gonna keep on burning this right here because it's crazy. I told you about the story, and I'm gonna get off this because this is a good addition here. A pastor told me, and I had a logical, simple man. It was a female pastor, so there you go. And we're not gonna get into that, but well, that's a little Easter egg for you, female pastor. I'm just talking, right, having a good time. And she said, so what have you done for God lately? Pause, ladies and gentlemen, pause. Think about everything I just said to you from the beginning of this lesson. Think about everything I said. She asked me, while men are struggling, while the world is going up in flames practically, children pretty much have a dark future because we're lazy ass adults. Immigrants having issues. People are getting sick and passing away. Floods all over the damn place. Listen to this. Listen. Planned obsolescence is in the lesson. in session. Economy and stuff is tanking. People are struggling. And she's going to ask me, what have I done for God lately? Moment of silence, please, as we pray for this utmost heartbreaking, unexplainable, senseless remark. So you have a boss that is ignoring that everything is going to the toilet. And you want me to do something for the boss that's not doing anything for me? It's more than having air, ladies and gentlemen. And I've talked about this before. I'm just going to put this on here because I know some of you are ignorant. I know how you was raised. It's more than waking up in the morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's more than having your health, ladies and gentlemen. It's more than you and your little cornerstone existence. It's about the world. It's about what's going on today. This is a pan situation. And there's some things in your life too that could be fixed. If it is a little bit personal, you need some help as well. So you got to get out of this mindset, this lower, dogs and cats exist too. Frogs breathe and they jump. Okay. Yeah, there's bees, there's birds, there's flies. There's a fly right there that exists. You exist too. What makes you any different than this fly? But the fact that you have a different consciousness to your existence. So you're praising that you exist. Whoop-de-doo. Yeah, but there's more to do than that. That's the basic existence level. It's like grade 1. Life has several other levels and layers of existence and dimensions that we'll talk about later. So don't come at me with that foolishness. I mean, that's like calling me stupid. Like I'm like you. Like I don't know that. I'm standing here talking to you and breathing. That's one thing we appreciate. We have to go further. Some of you you just accept the lowest hanging fruit, like the most simplest of things. Don't you know life gets better? You just exist right now, but what about life? This is audio, and I know you got something out of this. And it ties into it. Because why? Why? Why not? How can you not see that there's a connection here? Why not? Why worry as a simple human being? You can only do so much. You can only do so much. But if there's a power that cannot do for you, will not do for you, then you got to take the Shangri-La. Do it all. But while you're doing it all, take that crucifix that you got around your neck, break it and put it in the fire. Grow up. Be the person that you meant to be. And stop believing and start knowing. I know what it is. You want to know what it is? Because you don't know yourself. Nor do you know what real life is. That's your problem. So you'll stay wrapped up in a death mindset.